Good morning. We gather here today with heavy hearts to honor and remember Oded Lifshitz and the Bibas family, Shiri, Ariel, and Kfir, stolen from us by Hamas's cruelty and brutality. This is a grief that will echo throughout Jewish history. We will never forget, we will never forgive. I would like to ask you all to stand up and join me in a moment of silence. Thank you. You may be seated. As we stand here today, a hole has been torn in the heart of the Jewish people, a wound that will never heal, a hole that will never be forgotten. For 500 days, we have waited, we have prayed, we have fought to bring Oded, Shiri, Ariel, and Kfir back home to us. Now we know the truth. Hamas didn't just murder Ariel and Kfir. They slaughtered them in the most deprived way imaginable. They didn't shoot Kfir. They didn't shoot Ariel. They killed them with their bare hands. These monsters looked into the eyes of a 9-month-old baby and his 4-year-old brother and strangled, beat, twisted, and shadowed them with their hands. One would imagine that there is nothing more sickening than this atrocity. Somehow there is. To hide their crime, they mutilated their tiny bodies to make it seem as though they died in an airstrike. This is Hamas. This is their evil exposed for the world to see. This is not just a murder. This is psychological torture, an act of cruelty so vile that any words fail. So all is silent. No more laughter, no more joy, no more love, only silence. Kfir's laugh will never be heard again. Ariel will never play with his friends again. Shiri will never again be able to express her love. The murder of the Bibas family will forever be a scar on the soul of Israel. It is a scar on the soul of the Jewish people. It should be a scar on the soul of the entire world. Every decent human will forever see Kfir's face in their own children. Every decent human will hear Ariel's laughter in the voices of toddlers at play. We will all recognize Shiri's love in the arms of every mother holding her child close, unwilling to ever let go. For months, Yarden endured unimaginable agony, unsure if his wife and children were alive, all while suffering in Hamas's hands. Now he is back in Israel, but his torment continues. Instead of captivity, he faces an unbearable silence where his wife and children should be. There is nothing, only silence. But there is another silence, a silence that has stained these halls. When Hamas kidnapped a mother and her 2 children, the UN could not bring itself to condemn them. When Hamas took babies as trophies, the world could not bring itself to speak. The UN has passed countless resolutions on Israel. It has held countless emergency meetings. And yet, when a baby, a toddler, and their parents were taken hostage, when those terrorists massacred babies, the most evil of all crimes, the international community had no resolution to offer. But Israel will not be silent. We will keep speaking their names: Kfir, Ariel, Shiri, and Oded. We will ensure that your memory and your names never fade. We will make Hamas pay. Every terrorist who had a hand in this crime, who stole them, who tortured them, who murdered them, will meet the same fate. Every tunnel Hamas hides in will become their grave. Every leader who orchestrated this evil will be eradicated. There will be justice for Oded, Shiri Bibas, Ariel Bibas, and Kfir Bibas, and for all the innocent victims. Israel will not stop until the last hostage is home and Hamas is completely erased. No more silence. No more tolerance for evil. I ask all those listening, look at the innocent faces around you, your children, your grandchildren, your parents, your spouses, your loved ones. Imagine them ripped from their beds in the dead of night, stolen from your arms, dragged into the darkest pit of hell. Imagine hearing nothing, no word of their fate, only silence. And then after months of agony, imagine being told they were murdered, not just murdered, but brutalized in ways too horrific to comprehend. That is the pain. That is the grief. That is the silence Israel is living with today.
Thanks for watching. Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, share, and hit subscribe to stay updated with our latest content. Until next time, stay informed and inspired. This is Dejobnik signing off.